the first day of Black History Month, and this is a time where we remember and shed light on the many societal contributions of Black Americans. So today we're kicking off the month with Hallmark Mahogany by highlighting inspirational stories of some incredible people doing amazing things to uplift the culture. This is a celebration of Black excellence. Joining us today is Dee Zoller, editorial director for Hallmark Mahogany. Hey, Dee.
Hey, ladies. How are you guys doing?
We're amazing. Welcome to the show. We're excited to have you, Dee. Now, you started out as a writing instructor at Florida A&M University. When did you develop a love for writing?
I believe my love for writing actually stemmed early on from my love for reading. I love reading. I always had my face in a book, reading stories. And then I grew to understand the power of storytelling when I was growing up with one of my closest cousins. And she would pay me $1 to make up stories for her that kind of centered around her and whoever she was crushing on at the time. So I would love to make up these stories that were like really dramatic and emotional, all this angst, you know. And they were kind of like, you know, kid soap operas. But I really loved doing that because it allowed me to place her at the center of the narrative. And there were not many movies or books or things that were in the culture at that time that put Black girls at the center of the narrative. So that's why that was so important to me. That's why it was a great lesson for me in understanding how to develop my voice and use it to just really explore my experiences as a Black young woman and help others explore their voices and just tell their own truths. That was my journey there.
That's fantastic. And from there, Dee, you joined the team at Hallmark. I want to know, what was the journey like for you?
I think that for me, it was really pivotal because as a teaching, as I was teaching at FAMU, I was teaching my students how to cultivate their voice. But then as a writer at Hallmark, I was continuing to develop my skills as a writer. So that was really empowering for me. My very first writing assignment was for Mahogany cards. And I just fell in love with the brand because it was such a rich and authentic brand. I felt like I was writing for my family members and my friends.
Yeah.
So it was like coming home. I had so many other projects that I could work on that allowed me to explore the culture and come up with ideas and concepts that really honored Black culture. So it's been an awesome journey. I even had an opportunity to go back to Florida A&M and talk about what I did at Hallmark. And so to me, it was just this really wonderful kind of bookend experience where I went back to my roots, my foundation, where I was learning how to find my voice and learning how to value my culture. And then Hallmark, you know, on the back end of that, provided me with this platform that I could use to explore my voice and help Black people make connections with each other through the Mahogany brand.
That is fabulous. Now, as the editorial director for Hallmark Mahogany, tell us about your role.
So that role is really, I guess, to me, the most fulfilling role that I've had at Hallmark, to be honest. I worked as a writer, I worked as an editor, primarily on Mahogany cards. So now I get to be in the driver's seat as an editorial director. And
That's
I partner, with my art director and the product development team, just a team of brilliant writers and designers and editors and other creatives within our company to create this fabulous product that really, really speaks to Black culture in very affirming ways and very empowering ways. So I love that role that I'm in right now, and I'm loving seeing the evolution of the brand.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is incredible. Dee, tell us how the latest Uplifted and Empowered collection came about.
Yeah, so the first iteration of that actually came out of the events that were happening the summer of 2020. There was a lot of social injustice, social tensions, all of those things that were impacting the culture as a whole, but the Black community in particular. And we definitely wanted to speak to members of the Black community where they were. We really wanted to make sure that they felt seen and heard. And then as we evolved into the second iteration, we wanted to more press into messages of hope and just our resilience that is a part of our culture. So that's what that collection is all about, just pressing into that and allowing the community to know that we're still here, we're still listening, you still matter.
Yeah, that is great. I love that the cards are designed and written by Black people. Now, I want to know, where do you and your team draw inspiration from when creating the messages written in the cards?
They're so beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, that part was really, really crucial to the process for Uplifted and Empowered. We wanted to have Black creators at the center of creating this product because we wanted our consumers to understand that these cards were coming from an authentic place. People who were actually living through these experiences just like they were. So as we were writing and editing and designing these cards, we were going through the same experiences as those who were participating in buying the cards. So that was really crucial for us.
Wow.
Now, what new themes will we be seeing in the rollout? I can't wait.
So one of my favorite cards actually has on the cover, we're going to be joyful regardless. And that was one of the defining themes that we wanted to explore in the new collection of cards because it was, again, just embracing our Black joy. You know, even though times get hard and we're challenged and we continue to be challenged by a lot of different issues, that Black joy is still going to be there. And then on the other side of that, we definitely needed to address mental health. And we did that head on because we saw so many people in our community that were dealing with mental health issues. And that was important to us to get that real message out there saying, if you want to practice self-love, you need to start with that mental health, physical health, that wellness, being committed to that. And we also dealing with Black brotherhood, because we have a sisterhood card, so we had to bring the brothers in.
Right.
We have modern spirituality. And then also, we're never, ever going to get away from, at the center of our brand is celebrating Black beauty and all its wholeness, all its power, all its resilience, all its brilliance. So those cards are also going to be present in this collection.
This one says, I see you blessed up and bossed up.
I love
How
it.
do you ensure the messaging connects with Black people and Black communities?
Yeah, we are going to always be connecting with our community because we need to make sure that all of our messages ring true for our consumers, that they're authentic, from a cultural standpoint and from an emotional standpoint. So one of the ways we do that is we connect with the people that are in our friend circles and family circles. But we also use resources within our company, focus groups. We have employee resource groups that are centered around common interests. So for example, we have a Hallmark African American leadership ERG that we will contact and run product by them, run ideas, get feedback from them, to let us know, are we straight? Are we doing what we're supposed to do? Or give us some feedback to say, maybe not so much. So those are all the ways that we keep it, real, if you will, with our product.
I love that. Now, Hallmark Mahogany is giving away 1 million greeting cards, again, in honor of Black History Month.
Yes.
Why is this initiative so important?
Well, we need to make sure that our community knows, again, that we are still locked in with them. It wasn't just a drop in the pan with that first Uplifted and Empowered collection. We are walking step in step with them through all of the different things that we deal with as a community. And it's especially meaningful at Black History Month to just lock into those themes of Black power, Black resilience, Black pride, Black beauty. So with these cards, we're allowing our consumers not only to kind of give to someone else, share with someone else, and let them know this is who we are, this is our legacy, but it also just reminds them that mahogany, that Hallmark Mahogany, is seeing them still, that they matter still. They always will matter. So that's what that's about.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Now, Real Fam, if you're looking for the perfect cards to celebrate Black History Month, head on over to thereal.com for more information. And don't forget, you can also go to hallmark.com/showlovemahogany to request your free 3-card pack today.